Start by aligning your posture points. So chin tucked, shoulder blades back. Find your neutral pelvis. So tailbone pointed up, tailbone tucked, and then somewhere in between. Trying to keep my shoulders and my hips level. I'm going to raise my arm and my leg to get as straight as possible, and then come down and allow my spine to flex. The hand and the knee can touch here, and then I'm going to repeat that movement on this side, 2 repetitions, and then I'll go on to the other side. Shoulder external rotations in side lie position. Start with your elbow at your side, bent to 90 degrees. Have your head supported with your other arm or with a pillow. Grip the weight and lift the weight up in 1 second and then lower down in 2 seconds. Trying to monitor your posture points, so a chin tuck, shoulder blade back position. Horizontal row banded. Start with the band set up at elbow height. Allow your shoulder blade to roll forward at the start, keeping your chin tucked. Pull back in 1 second and return to the start position in 2 seconds. I'm going thumb down to thumb up position. Trying to keep my upper fiber of traps relaxed, but using more of my lower shoulder blade muscles for this exercise. Shoulder extension banded. Start with chin tuck and shoulder blades rolled forward at the start. Initiate the movement by pulling the band down, pull the shoulder blades back and together, and return to the start position. Monitoring your breath cycle throughout the movement. Pull down in 1 second, hold for a second, and return back to the start position in 2 seconds. Trying to keep your elbows close to straight the entire movement, making sure not to do tricep extension, but shoulder extension. Start with chin tucked, shoulder blades back, thumb up position, raise against the resistance to about 90 degrees height, and then return to the start position. Up in a second, hold for a second, and then lower in 2 seconds. I'm not right on the front of my body. I'm also not doing a lateral raise. I'm just slightly off of the front of my body, again in a thumb up position. You can try a palm down position if it's comfortable, or 1 set, do thumb up, and then 1 set, go palm down, if it's comfortable. It's easier for me to keep the shoulder blade in a good position with the thumb up position. Start with chin tuck, shoulder blades back, raise, and then lower. My palm is down for this movement. Raising to about 90 degrees elevation and then lowering slowly. Again, trying to keep that shoulder blade back and not letting it roll forward. Up in a second, hold for half a second, and then lower in 2 seconds. Also focusing on your breath cycle throughout this movement. Start with chin tuck, shoulder blades back. The band is just around my wrists, not around my hands. I'm trying to keep my elbow underneath my hand the entire movement. Raising the arms above head and then returning to the start position. Trying to make sure the hands stay on top of the elbows and that the elbows don't flare out. Up in a second, hold for a second, and down in 2 seconds. I keep my shoulder blades back at the start, but as I raise up, my shoulder blades are allowed to rotate underneath my armpit and then back down.